media agencies do have to lift their game. I don't think it's out of a want of not having the talent or resources. We do. There's another side which we don't like to talk about, and we have to be really honest. As a stakeholder, you've got to get the clients involved. So there's us, there's media, creative agencies, and a number of other stakeholders in the communications group. It can then fall down based on skill set from any one of those in communicating to a client, and then on client for not understanding. So it's all been driven upon us, the whole communications digital era. There are lots of people sitting at clients that don't simply put their hand up, say, I don't get that. Can you tell me how it works? They're too frightened, simply been in the industry too long to admit they don't have the knowledge. And the reality is there's loads of skill set differentials. But the problem is we can't bridge them easy because people won't do the simplest thing in the world to put their hand up. So the reason it's at 2% is the skill set differentials. They sit at the agency side, they sit in the ability to communicate underneath the rooftop analogy, which is digital, that word. So it's misunderstood by lots of people. It's online, is what most clients think it is. So online banners, banner advertising, spots and dots as we call it, which is a natural, it's as easy for our planners to do as it is TV, outdoor, and that's what it should be as a discipline. So where the agencies may have some step up to the plate questions to answer is maybe they're not investing the time and resource to have all of their people to be as proficient in online planning and as natural at putting on a plan as to do any other media. Do I think our online expenditure is where it needs to be? No, I don't. And that's as a nature of all of those things. Skill set deficiency. Some of our guys are scared to put their hand up and say, I don't get it. I don't know why I should be pushing it to clients. And some people just don't think that it's their responsibility. It's the other skill set deficiency, that people won't grasp the nettle and go the extra mile. Say, whose job is it to do this? Because digital people within companies, whether they're outside playing in or like us inside playing out, nobody has a huge dearth of the individuals. There should all be more at every company. And that's probably some of the reason. So digital people talking to a relative junior on the client when it should be the top end of the company. Under digital, you've got social, which is crucial. How can you run a campaign these days without search? So you're driving consumers to talk about your product, but then when they go and search for it based on value or information, they don't appear on the first 15 to 20 names that come up, so they go and search elsewhere and buy something else. So how could you possibly run a campaign without search? But people do. Socially, people are talking about your brand all the time. They're all journalists. So how would you not have a way to control sentiment-wise, positive or negative, what they're saying about your brand? So socially, you should have a really clear view. Omnicom's position is well known in this area. We've grown from a creative heritage, so we took that into media when we demerged. We kept that, as the Gun Report shows. We are the most creative agency media group in the world, have been since the Gun Report started. We're proud of that and want that to continue. I don't think the issue is about demerging, remerging, side merging. It's about evolving into where everybody has a stakeholder position, because we're a service industry. So we all, sometimes I listen to things at a conference, and I'd use a couple of words as bingo words that I know are going to get said a lot, and we set a challenge with each other, sometimes colleagues from other agencies. I bet, let's see how many times these words get said. And you'd be really surprised how few times really important things like evolution of the industry, business model, gets spoken about or said. So I think the issue isn't about evolution, it's about, as stakeholders, how can we work better together? Because if people are still talking about integration, the ship sails. Consumers are in charge. So our job is to understand insight into where they are, who they are, what they're doing at any given moment of the day, and then work as a stakeholder with our other stakeholders, how best to reach them in the most effective way. That can be a number of different things, whether the PR company comes up with the idea, the so-called big idea, just an idea, or whether it's us, creative, to work together to bring that to life. So, agency of the future? I'm not sure there is such a thing. I think that we've all got to get much better at working together than we probably are today. But I think we're doing a good job and we're on the right path. Recession? What recession? What we're in at the moment is a constricting environment because of there's a global economy shift, and it's termed in lots of different ways on how that affects our industry. For us, we've got clients just genuinely unsure of how to spend their money in talking to their consumers. So it goes all the way back to that first point raised at AdTech about why aren't people spending more money within the digital arena. Consumers should determine that. So is there a recession? For us, there's an opportunity within recession because there are a number of ways to navigate this particular problem. So we do a lot of work on something called navigating the challenge. We take that to all of our clients and we challenge our clients to challenge us because it needs dialogue. That's the way through this. It's not passive, put your head in the sand, forget it. It's very aggressive. This is how we think we should navigate this challenge, because for some clients, they will ride this out as positive. So from every negative downside, there's a positive upside. So for some clients, this is really working. There aren't hordes of those clients. There aren't. And lots of clients are not going backwards, but they're cautious about what investment they make, because the truth is, or potentially, advertising and marketing can be one of the first things that big corporations look to cut as a cost. So everybody needs to make everything work harder and go further.